How you feeling, Jonathan?
Beat. I feel a lot better that I ate though.
The Bluff Creek area in Northern California is a rugged landscape of beauty and serenity, and this is one reason why the team has traveled back to this region. This time, Tate and company have come back for a hike of epic proportions, starting from the Bluff Creek Bridge at Highway 96, traversing 19 miles along Bluff Creek through the heart of Bigfoot country, and ending at the Patterson-Gimlin film site. This hike, planned for over a year, is known as the BC-19. To the best knowledge of the crew, the hike has never been done before. The challenges that the team face are unknown. This is I think one of our most rigorous attempts to be kind of immersive with the Bluff Creek area and get out here and make some discoveries that haven't been made in a hot minute out here. There's so much history in the Bluff Creek area, and it happens to be very close to and around the area of the creek itself. So I'm feeling excited in that regard. I have a few concerns. You know, I feel like for me, I think I'm up in game for all of the physicality of this trip, but I am bringing along Bandit, who is still very motivated to get up and travel. You know, the dog is 13 years old now, and one thing that I'm concerned about, I guess one of my concerns about this hike that's lingering over my mind, is his ability to do that same level of rigorous traversing. So I am keeping a close eye on him. He seems up to the challenge, otherwise I wouldn't take that risk.
Most of this trail is unexplored. That we know of, there's been no people that have walked up certain sections of this creek. Now, up until certain parts of the creek that people have gone up to, like just around Louse Camp, there's been a lot of stories about a lot of strange things, but they only go up to Louse Camp. South of Louse Camp, I mean, stuff's charted on a map from satellite, but that we know of, no one's really gone down there. So who knows what we're gonna find, who knows what animals are inhabiting that area.
So any backpacker, no matter how inexperienced or experienced they are, they're gonna have to deal with some of the terrain just getting down there. I know that from what I'm hearing is the start of the hike is we're gonna have to deal with some higher canyons and a steep descent down from the bridge. Steep descents are always scary, so one thing is, you know, you just want to make sure that we can slide all the way down and not tumble down, because that's where equipment gets broken, bones get broken, and from the very first steps of the hike, somebody's hike could be over. I think that there's gonna be these challenges. We're gonna have to find ways around stuff. So I agree with, like, if Kip's saying that there's a tough way down, then it's probably a tough way down. Whether or not there's another way that we could go, I don't know yet. It's still but I don't want to like downplay it. And already I'm trying to think of a possible solution of how are we gonna get down a steep slope. What can we do to kind of avoid injury? As the morning of the hike arrives, the team prepares their gear for the demanding hike that will take place in only a few hours.
You turn around after like an hour today. How do we know how to come get you?
Kip will text you through the inReach.
Okay.
So
who has the other inReach?
Terry has one, Damon has one, Kip has one, I think.
Okay, alright. So Terry and Damon will have one each here at the camp.
At least Terry for sure, I know will.
Okay.
And then Kip has one, so worst case scenario, like, hey, we can't get this hike,
right,
this part of the hike done, you need to come get us.
Come get us. Alright, cool.
We'll hike back to the bridge, and then
let's do pickup. And I'll have my Zaleo turned on too, so.
Right, yeah, okay.
Right now it's turned off, but I'll turn it on.
Yeah, it's cool. It sounds like a plan. So I'm here at the Bluff Creek Bridge. The rest of the people, the rest of the crew, they're coming right behind me. So to my knowledge, what we're doing is we're hiking from the Klamath right here where Bluff Creek drains into it. We're gonna hike up Bluff Creek, go all the way to the film site. Pretty sure, to my knowledge, no Bigfooter has hiked from Klamath to the film site. So it's a 19-mile hike. So this is going to be pretty cool. At least nobody's documented it. So we're going to be the first ones to document this hike. So that's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. A little nervous, but we'll see how it goes. You ready, dude?
I guess. Not really, but
Neither am I.
I just feel like I threw everything in my pack super fast and just came, and I'm like, forget everything. We've had a year to prepare for this. It wasn't enough.
I know. So we just hiked. We're underneath the Bluff Creek Bridge right now. It's right there. We got 4 miles to walk today to our first base camp. So should take maybe 5 hours or so. Depends. We'll see. Good luck.
The hike so far has been going smoothly. However, as they start walking up the canyon of the Bluff Creek drainage, they realize how treacherous the terrain actually is.
Okay. I'm the first one in. We have not made it very far. Ron, hey Ron, how you feeling?
Boulder after boulder, bushwhacking and one stream crossing after another, the culmination of a constant battle of the elements is starting to fatigue the team, and each step that is taken is another step towards an emergency situation. After a much-needed dip in the creek and a good meal, the team then carefully thinks about their situation. 7 hours of hiking, and the team barely made it a mile. And after a careful group consideration, the team heeded Kip Morrow's suggestion to set up camp for the evening in order to be well rested and hike out the next morning.
Dude,
Yeah,
we got our butts kicked today.
that was tough, dude. That whooped my ass. Like, I mean, it was just like, there wasn't one spot of flat ground walking this entire trip. It was like bouldering and walking through the creek. And then when you're walking through the creek, like, every single rock is slippery, right? There's like 2 rocks that aren't slippery that you can step on, and the other like 5 or 6 are slippery. So everybody fell once, I think. So I didn't fall all the way down. I banged up my legs, man. Yeah.
Right now, this is our camp spot. There's Ron. Kip's over there. I mean, even though we couldn't get out, it's a beautiful area. So we'll see. We're gonna sleep here tonight and hike out in the morning, and I think we're gonna change plans. Go somewhere else, hike, and get some stuff done out here.
Possible, but we'd be depleted by 10. It was, what was it? So we started hiking around 10, 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
And we finally stopped here about 5:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. So what is that?
We can't even do basic math right now. Put it that way.
Like 7 or 8 strong hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we took a couple of breaks.
Well, the thing about Bandit was he was putting such a minimal effort. It wasn't going to get much worse for him because I was literally carrying him the whole way. Which at that point, either he would have made a misstep trying to make a 1% effort, or I would have face planted or whatever.
There was a point where Bandit wasn't even trying anymore. Like, he was just like, you got me, bro? Like,
Yeah, and then he had reserve strength because I would see it when he would get on land he was comfortable with. We got over here, we got in like gravel beds like that in the water, he would walk it. And then he was still had a lot of strength swimming when we were trying to cross this pool.
Yeah.
But it was like he knew what he was capable of, and he was like done trying to do the other stuff. And so that was kind of the thing. That was like that was when me and Tate or me and Jonathan had to look at each other and say, okay, all right, I'm gonna send him 4 feet out this way, and you get him, you know. And yeah, so that was just too much trying to get him around.
You must have been really tired because you were doing all that extra work getting Bandit around.
Yeah.
So it's like you got a full pack and you're trying to, you know. So I don't know. I still think this was the best idea last night. It's like we're here.
as soon as I laid down, dude, I was like, this was a great idea. This was the right call. As soon as I laid down.
Well, the thing is too, I don't know. I knew that from here to Wright's place, and it's changed. So Google Earth, the map has changed. You don't see a lot of this vegetation whenever that satellite photo is taken. So, but I knew looking at the whitewater that it was going to not be a fun thing. And then as soon as I took that picture out from the bridge several days ago, I was like, don't know, man. But I guess we wouldn't know unless we tried. Yeah.
Also, we didn't see any spots where we could set up. Like there's no flat ground. Everything was boulders and stuff like this, and covered in bushes and sticks and poison oak, and like this is literally the one place where we've seen that we can lay a couple people here down.
After the extraction, Tate and company regrouped at the cell site and made plans to spend the next few days in Noo Valley, where they will hopefully be able to lure something in and capture it on film.
But tonight we're gonna go to a really cool spot for a couple of nights.
Noo Valley.
Noo Valley.
Dude, a lot of weird stories that happen there. Yeah, we'll have a nice group up there. Last time we went up there, man, it was cool. I felt like we didn't spend enough time there, so
we only spent one night.
I know,
though.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then we kind of bailed. Like
we needed 2 nights.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was cool to check out the place and see what's going on there. You definitely need another. You definitely need a couple nights at Noo Valley.
Oh yeah.
So.
Minimum.
Yep.
What's up, Glenn?
What's up, Glenn?
So we arrived in Noo Valley. How was the road in, Jonathan?
It was rough, man. I had been here once before, and I feel like the road's way rougher. I was like just praying not to get a flat the entire way in.
I know it's a rough road, but it's a beautiful, like it's quaint, quiet spot.
Like super quiet, and it's also pitch black.
Yeah, it's
like,
black. There's not even a hint. There's not even a lick of moon.
There's no starlight out. There's no moon.
I mean, the moon is behind the camera right now, but we're not even seeing it because of the trees.
I don't even see it. Yeah, or I don't see it.
Oh, you can see it like way over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark here.
Casting on the trees, but kind of vibey here, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And long string of weird stories from people we know, right?
Oh yeah. So I think a good plan of attack tonight is to maybe just kind of not do anything, kind of just hang out, talk by the fire, you know, eat something, and then go to bed. And then tomorrow we go out looking for something,
We just keep
making
our eyes
some calls.
Open.
Yeah, but we keep our eyes open tonight. You know, just make our presence
It's already pretty late
known.
at night, so we're gonna probably pull another few hours. So we'll be up late into the night tonight.
And then, yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Beer time.
Beer time.
Where are those plates? Those plates that burn.
I have some, hey Stevie,
at
in my back seat,
at the
I have some
temperature
paper
of the
plates
sun.
if you want to grab a few.
Just to burn.
Yeah.
No.
I have a lot of garbage in my car. And just before we knew it, 3.5 hours went by. It's 5 a.m. Time to drive all the way back.
Dude, this chili's. This is.
Isn't it good?
Mm-hmm.
Freezing out here, dude.
Yeah. Pull up a little bit.
I'm just getting some cool
Oh, you got
footage.
your cam.
Pull up. Muy.
Keep doing
Muy, muy, muy.
Yeah, hit those high notes.
In the mighty jungle.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Boo-wee.
In the jungle,
Tate just wiped his ass with that.
the lion
Yep.
sleeps tonight.
Boo-wee. That's what it is.
Go in there through the bigger hole.
Bigger hole.
Good late morning from Noo Valley. Oh man, tired. What's up?
What up?
What's up, Glenn?
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up? How's your morning so far?
Good, dude. Well, I woke up to the sound of a car engine. Don't know who would do that. And then I walked way down here, came across, and there's a meadow behind us. Then I walked all the way down there. There's a trail going up. I think that's the one maybe to the lake.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
I woke up and started a fire like a man. And turned my car on.
Okay. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
You don't look very up and at it.
Well, takes a lot when you're going through the daily struggles and grinds of a man such as myself to be up and at it, as you said, on a day like today. But I'll do better. I'll try.
I really feel like you're trying to live out Red Dead Redemption, but you just failed miserably.
What are you talking about, boy?
I saw that.
It's all right, boy. It's all right. You're all right, boy.
So we're gonna go look for a spot for this blind. We're gonna go see what's a good area, so that way later tonight we can get in it. So that's our plan, right?
Yep,
Yep,
pretty much.
pretty much. Let's go.
Find a good spot. Hopefully, maybe we're seeing some game trails or some animal activity. I know that further up here, there's a lot of deer stomping ground, and so that might be a good spot. Maybe further back in the tree line, we can observe that area where the deer are known to graze.
Like a meadow would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
find. And
Yeah, at the edge of a meadow or something.
so I say, well, yeah, just go get walking and see what we find.
Yep.
There are no windows and no doors. Lavender booty.
I don't think I've taken any video from here yet. No.
I've got some nice video this morning.
Now, feel about some scouting. Because I was out here and I was hearing something just move, like big move crashing through here. This was after, man, I figured the deer like could have been out there, but it just kept, I don't know, it felt funny after the deer took off in the woods. Like I just kept hearing like, you know, like big snaps and stuff, and I was like, that deer is either really clumsy or there's something else out there.
This is a good area too. I mean, if you had a blind set up there, you wouldn't be able to see it from the road if you set it right.
Do you guys have elk in Wisconsin?
I think we do. Some areas like, yeah, I didn't really know. So I'm wondering what you guys are thinking. We could put it right out there and fully commit to whatever wanders in the meadow, right? And we could maybe put it at the edge of one of these trees to where we can hear things from the non-see-through walls. We could hear things creeping up behind us if we put it next back to a bush. But then you can see like down here.
Can you
in
split the
front,
blind?
and then out there.
You can do two.
We can split it into two separate.
So if we have-
no, we can't, because
You forgot the thing.
I put the extra walls back at the cell site.
Are there windows on each side that are visible out of for like thermal imaging?
There's three different sides.
Yeah, there's windows on each wall.
Okay,
So-
so we don't have to work because Therm can't see out that mesh stuff.
right.
So I would say, shoot.
My question for you guys is, should we fully invest in whatever comes through the meadow, or should we back it up here in the trees where we're more likely to get different things coming through?
I don't know. Can we?
Because I
Here in the
I-
meadow,
I-
we'd see over here.
I just don't imagine a Sasquatch coming straight out into a
If anything, it might
field,
cross through in here. This section
Well,
here,
if you wanted a quiet way to come check on camp,
Yeah.
and not be
okay.
seen.
you'd it's pitch black. You're gonna walk like right alongside. This is
Yep.
This is super quiet. So you're gonna stay on this away from the branches
Right.
and make your way up, kind of meandering
what
through
about-
here. So I think
Up in
really
here
like that
around this
meadow.
corner looks pretty good. This is what I was seeing.
I was wondering, like here, like we still have those walls that we can't see through, backed up to here, and then if something comes through this way, you know, we can spot it. This way we could spot it, and then out in the majority of the meadow, and then we're still in a tree line where animals are comfortable moving around.
I would just say you're isolating yourself with foliage though, and with both night vision and therm, it can really obscure. And I this is just my thoughts, but if we set up in the meadow, we'd be able to see over here anyway,
Yeah.
and stuff walking out in front of us. So, I mean, it's a more pulled back view here. We can't see here. We can't see all this right here. If we set up right there, we can't see all that.
I'm telling you, like, if we set up between those two trees, we could still see into the meadow.
So I think like the
The
best
thing is, like, we can't see up all up over. That's like these trees obscure us so much. I feel like we'd be able to have more of a 360 view over there. Like you're talking about, yeah, we wouldn't be able to see this tree, that tree, but we'd see a shit ton.
You know what?
both
You know
sides
what?
and all around.
I do agree.
Like this way.
I do now agree, because I just thought of this too. Like, if we're backed up to this, we're not going to be able to see behind us. We'll be able to see to the left and to the right, and out in front. And then anything could walk behind us in this meadow here and come right behind us. So we'll hear something, and then we can therm it as it goes that way. Or if it goes in front of us, we can see it in front of us.
And if we see something therm, or night vision out there and questionable, we can always get out of the blind and
Run,
kind
get
of walk
after
through it.
Yeah.
Walk through it through the meadow, as opposed to trying to walk through this crunchy stuff, or I don't know. I mean, I just think it's a better view when you initially start from the meadow.
I just feel like you're going to be limited to what type of animals will walk out in your range of view if you're out in the meadow. Because you have other animals that won't leave the security of the tree line.
I would say putting yourself in a pocket like that limits your range of view to begin with. If you're looking back, like this stuff's super thick. I doubt you're gonna have a Squatch walking through these through this. They're gonna
But the problem is, if
feel like-
we're out in the meadow, but the blind's back to us, we're not going to see anything back here. Plus, if these, we're giving these creatures the benefit of the doubt for how smart they are. If they see a giant block structure out there, they're not going to go anywhere near us.
Yeah, but they're gonna exactly like picture that being the tents. They're gonna kind of walk alongside the meadow, like to the side, without making noise, and that's when I think we'd see them.
But if it's right over there, the blind, yeah,
If the blind's in the, yeah, I'm saying. So if we put the blind there, what if it walks the opposite way in the meadow? Well, if we're in the middle of the meadow, we're gonna see both sides.
But there's no benefit of having the blind out in a field
at all.
because then it's not camouflaged, it's not positioned in anywhere. You want additional cover to help make the blind inconspicuous, and it be the most conspicuous out there in an open field. What I would think is if they want to observe deer or people,
They're going to stay right
then
here.
we
in the
could
tree
be
line.
out there walking around. Somebody could be walking around, but then the blind can be back here.
Oh, I
So
see.
where we can hear
Okay.
animals approaching.
I think that's
So-
a better idea. So if we take turns, like maybe a couple shifts,
Two
somebody
people at a
go
time.
out there and be nice and visible,
Yeah.
right? And we'll do like sound and maybe
Knocks
some
and things.
knocks and stuff just to entice them.
Yeah.
then-
I think playing music. I think Stevie's got his ukulele.
Okay.
If we could play if we have two people out there together, kind of just hanging around,
Just
making
something to
noise. Yeah.
let them
Little
know we're
ukes.
here and play on their we have to play on their curiosity, because it's not like you
Yeah.
can hike into these shrubs very much. Yeah, so 2 people out there, 2 people back at the blind.
Well, there's what, 5 of us? So 3 people in the blind to cover each direction, and then 2 people out in the meadow.
Okay.
That would work.
Alright, so just looking here, we placed this pretty good because the bushes behind us kind of stop, or they start right here where this black wall is, so our field of vision. We have open field and can see through the screen, and it goes through here through the meadow and some open forest. And then on this side, we have more bushes, so.
And you can't see in, because if I step back, you can see out, but you can't see in. So we got all that view into, like, over there, over here, and over there. Pretty cool.
Yep. And worst case scenario too, like if something's like tearing right directly behind us where those trees are and those bushes that we can't really see through,
You know,
still put the windows down
Yeah.
and peek out. With the blind set in place, the team will head back to the camp and enjoy the rest of the evening until night falls.
We're headed out to the blind that we set up earlier. We're gonna go out there, wait it out. Hopefully something comes in. I'm feeling good about it. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty full right now.
That wasn't the question. I was.
Really full. Yeah, I'm feeling really full.
How are you feeling, Jonathan?
It's been like quiet this entire trip, and usually we have a couple like maybe sounds, and maybe this was this, and we haven't had anything. And so I'm expecting absolutely nothing tonight, but I've been surprised before. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting much. What about you, Glenn?
I feel pretty good, man, overall. But yeah, it was quiet last night, and even today on the hike it was pretty quiet. But you never know, man. So just gonna test the waters and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's the best approach. So we'll see what happens.
you can bust that out and do we have recorders? Do you have one there, Ron?
Oh, hey, walkie-talkies.
Yeah, we need one radio for each group. We need one audio record. I'm going to be running audio off my phone, but if we can... Is this the one from Layered Meadow that...
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and run my phone too.
Make sure the dial's already...
Can you get it started or... Yeah.
We're out. Me and Ron and Jonathan. There's Ron. There's Jonathan over here. We're out in this blind. Stevie and Glenn are out in the meadow. And we're just gonna wait silently, no lights, see what we get, while the other people in the meadow make sounds, have lights on, and kind of just draw attention to themselves, and we'll see what we get. So, okay, so just to reiterate, that's my session. lately earlier where Thurman and using night vision scopes to just check around the meadow. So I'll keep you updated. So I made my way out to the meadow with Jonathan. We're out here, it's just me and him. I'm scanning one way, he's scanning the other way. Stevie, Ron, and Glenn are in the blind now. And we'll see what happens. So Jonathan and I, we've ended our shift in the meadow. So we're going back to the blind. I don't know who's going to come out here in our shift, but we're going to work our way back, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So we'll just do a red lights or something. And on back to the blind.
Switching shifts, man. We're switching shifts. How many of these are we gonna do?
One more. We're gonna do calls on this one.
We'll tell Stevie. Relay the message to Stevie if we're gonna do calls.
So we've been here about 2 hours now. It's dead silent. We've been doing shifts. So we're gonna pack up, head back to camp. See if anything follows us or makes some noise while we break down this blind. We might leave it up here for the recorder, I don't know, but either way we're gonna go back to the cars and see what happens in the morning. Good morning from Noo Valley. We're packing up. We're gonna do a supply run in town. We're leaving this area and we're going to another area, Twin Lakes. We're gonna go up there. We're gonna go squatch around up there and see what happens. So, time to make our way and get on with our day.
Unfortunately, both nights at Noo Valley were quiet, so the team packs up and heads to Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes has also been known to have weird things happen involving Sasquatch, so tonight the team will investigate the area with hopes of having encounters themselves.
We've been coming here for years. As a matter of fact, the Bluff Creek project book, if you flip that book over and you look in the back, there's a colored picture, and it has Rowdy, it has Jamie, it has Kip, it has myself, and we're all standing right here for that shot. Bobo and Cliff also know where this place is too. They've been here. And one of the stories they used to share on the campfire was they were sitting here, just like we are today, talking around, enjoying each other's company. And I think they did some calls, or they did some knocks. Anyhow, so just across where we're sitting on the other side of the lake, something jumped up and down on logs and they just dove into the water. And they could hear it splashing along. Now this is before night vision gear, this is before thermals. So imagine yourself having a flashlight and trying to see anything out there. Trying to figure out what that is. They never saw it, but they heard it. And it was like right there. And you know how at night things get real quiet and sound just travels forever? It's kind of like that.
I really like it. I love the pond, and like Robert was saying, it's a nice quiet spot. It's got a good area here for parking, a few vehicles, it's got a nice fire pit. So it's actually a good campsite, but I think it's a great site in general. It's beautiful and it's scenic, and apparently some activity's been had down here, so it's a good place, I think, just to kind of wait it out throughout the night. So glad I made it out here, and thank you for the invitation.
Back in the old days, with the podcast, the Bluff Creek podcast, we were trying to get some in the field podcasts. And so I was able to get here at the same site right here. I was able to interview Bobo, and I was able to interview Bart. And while I was in between the interviews we were doing, I have this flute, and what I like to do is I'm learning how to play it. I just pretend like I do, but And what I do is I blow on it really hard, and it screams, and it sounds like an elk call when you kind of go high and low things on it. And so I did that. I usually do that, and then I practice playing the flute. So I was down there just on the beach section, and I was screaming really loud with it, but I had my digital recorder out because I was trying to see how the sound of the flute echoed across the water, how it would sound. So while I was doing that, I kept hearing a bunch of noise going on just outside of the parking area. And I just kept doing it. I just ignored it, kept doing it. And then I played a little bit, and then they were still talking, so I went over to see what was going on. And that's when Boba told me. He was in the back of this pickup truck. He was moving stuff around, and while I was making those horrible sounds, something threw a rock behind him, and it landed on the ground right behind him and bounced off down towards the lake. When he looked around, he didn't see anything. So of course you think, well, you know, maybe I loosened a rock with all my loud noise, you know, logical, right? But you go over there and you look, and the hillside's like this. There's no way a rock's gonna just fall down the hillside because it was loosened by sound waves. So something had to absolutely throw it, because he said it hit the road and then bounced off the road and down the hillside. It didn't go bloop, 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 bloop across the road. It hit and then bounced. So that was interesting. Last night, a prime example, you heard the same thing. As we were in our tents, we're sitting there, half asleep, and then it sounds like somebody's walking and stepping and then dragging their toe each time they kind of take a step, drag toe. And I heard that, and I felt like it stopped, and then I didn't hear it for a while, so I went back to sleep, and who knows, he could have walked away. But talking to my son in the morning, he says, oh yeah, on that side I heard something walking and stop, and then walk towards you. Except you thought it was kind of something smaller, right? Mm-hmm. And for me, I was laying on my pad with my head in that direction. It sounded like it was something heavy enough to drag its toe and then put the foot down, drag its toe, put the foot down. Now, our cameras have caught a lot of bear activity. It could have been very well been bear that's going to walk right up the road, and look, Robert's got his tent in the middle of the freaking road, and he's got his car parked there. Pause. Well, I got to get over there. There's a hillside here. I'm just going to go. And so I walked just on the outside of the tent, and then went past us. So what do I think it was? Probably bear. But it's pretty unnerving. It drags its toe and then puts the foot down. And bears kind of do that too. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
There's some sounds up on the hill behind us, so we're gonna walk up. We're gonna walk down the road and see what we get. There's some stuff moving in, so we don't know, but we're gonna find out.
So when I walked out there, I said like a little intention or whatever, and I was just listening. I did hear like some sort of like, it was very faint. I'm not going to attribute it to Bigfoot, but it did sound like a rock or something like that.
All right.
And then I just turned around.
So I guess we can just walk up there to Robert's camp, sit quietly, and see what happens.
All right.
So what Ron and I can do is we can do a knock here, guys walk back to camp, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll wait 5 minutes and follow you guys. Then when we get to camp, we can do a knock over there.
Alright, then I do suggest we might be able to walk the other direction. I know that there isn't much of a trail, but I still think we can go that way. Listen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because I think that's the direction they are.
Yeah. Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, just right.
So do a knock, then you guys go that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go to this tree here. That hurt my hand. Did you hear that?
Got that way.
Dude.
The acoustics on the ocean without lake could be different.
No, that sounded like it was behind me.
What is it?
It was like a clear pop. You heard that? Stevie, that was behind me. What?
I heard an echo that way. It's not like the echoes over there.
Oh, was it that? I heard it was more like, wood popping,
Yeah, I know.
but it wasn't in front of us.
No, I know. The echoes of it went that way. I think whatever it was that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was behind me towards this meadow over here. Dude.
Because that was definitely a response.
That was definitely a response.
I think we should go back.
Yeah, so
If it knows to come this way, maybe it'll...
so do we just all four go together?
Let's go.
Just go 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you guys want to start now, we'll come 5 minutes after.
Okay.
Bandit. Did you hear that response?
No, not really.
Dude, okay, so I did the knock, came over here, and I had the microphone facing behind me, so like it was facing that direction to your right, where that meadow is.
Hopefully the mic will pick it up too.
I really hope it was facing that way when it happened. But I don't know if like because it was in front, if I was blocking the mic, if it picks it up or not.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But we definitely got a response. So we're walking back to camp right now.
What do you think the knocks are for?
What do you mean?
Do you think like one knock means one person or 3 knocks means 3?
I really have no idea. I mean, it's
What if we did 3 rapid knocks before we left?
like right now.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, we could try it here. See if we get anything from that. Did Stevie or Patrick tell you what we heard?
A little bit, but we were a little confused as to echoes or...
So we waited, we were there, we heard nothing. Maybe some sticks, like small branches being broken by whatever.
Above or below where you were?
To the right of your camp and up to the left of your camp.
Okay, you're facing my camp?
Yeah.
Okay, to the right
So-
and to the left. So down
So
towards...
if I'm facing your camp, it was down to the left and up to the right. But if you're looking away from your camp up the road, like leaving, it's down to the right and back behind you to the left.
So you're talking about where we put the cameras up?
Yeah.
Okay, down towards the lake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they get there. We talked for like maybe 2-3 minutes. Then I go do one knock, and probably about maybe a minute goes by, and then we heard a pop out past that meadow over there.
You say the meadow, you're talking about the same one that's near where the cameras are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the other side of the meadow?
It sounded like it.
Okay.
'Cause that's a big area. So just
Hard to judge distance.
just the one. Could have been closer, could have been further away because those, the trees absorb the sound pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But I was recording, and my microphone was facing that direction when it happened. So I don't know if we got it or not. So